Good morning, friends. Well, it's not really a good morning, is it? After a Cowboys loss. But as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here and let's wake up the gods. And gods, we need you now. Oh, Lordy, we need you now. Misery loves company, and just about 30 minutes ago, the Washington Redskins finally officially out of here. So things could be worse. We could be the Washington Redskins. Now, I know we've got a lot of fans out there that are all jumping off the bandwagon, talking about the Cowboys suck. This team is miserable. Jason Garrett's got to go, blow up the whole situation. Pay Dak. Don't pay. I mean, don't pay Dak. You know, um, relax. Just step back for a second here, okay? We lost two games. I told you guys we would be going through some rough stretches. Team has to find an identity, has to find something that brings them together. You're going to have rough stretches. And you've got New Orleans, which is 4-1, and you had Green Bay 4-1. And in both of those games, you had a chance in the end. For whatever reason, the Dallas Cowboys can't seem to start a game off well the first half. And what you have to do when you have a problem is it's like when I have to drive a long trip. I love driving long trips. But the thing is you can't think about the whole journey, the whole drive. What I do is I break it down into smaller sections. Instead of saying I got to drive here to California, I think about driving from here to Charlottesville, and from Charlottesville to I don't know, North Carolina. North Carolina, I think about going to Charlotte. From Charlotte, I think about going to, you know what I'm saying? You break it down in smaller pieces so it doesn't seem that opposing. And the Cowboys got some problems all the way around. Um, the offensive line. Clearly, Cam Fleming is not Tyron Smith. And we always talk about the Cowboys' record without Zeke Elliott. But I need to do some research and find out what is the Cowboys' record without Tyron Smith. I bet you that is just as bad because Cam Fleming, he blocked for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Cam Fleming, I won't say he was Chaz Greenish, but that team gave up a lot of pressures. It was not the same offensive line without Tyron Smith. And I don't know what we do to get better there, but we got to get better than that. And granted, Green Bay's defense is a lot better than I thought it was. I thought that was one of those ones that was a pretender. When you think about playing Kirk Cousins, you think about playing the Bears and Denver and all that, and you said, maybe not. We have weapons. We moved the ball. Your quarterback had over 400 and some odd yards. Granted, some of that was against prevent defenses. But we had guys that got open. But we had little things that went wrong. Because, see, here's the thing. None of these things that happened should have been a death nail. The coach getting a 15-yard penalty for cussing, an interception tip, or, two more interceptions, or a slow start, or penalties, or not being called for basically molesting a receiver going downfield. But the totality of a lot of little things kill your team and kill your chances. Missed field goals. We got to work on the kicker. We got to work on the offensive line. We got to work on the receiver, Dak Prescott communications. Um, we got to work on running the football more. We got out of our game getting down 14 to nothing, and we went away from running the football because running the football, we were actually successful. But because we got down early, we had to change what we were doing and become basically a passing offense. Here's the amazing thing. We keep getting told that running backs aren't important, that running the football is important. You got to be able to sling the rock. But here's the thing. Some of the highest passing yardage games this season, Jared Goff against Tampa Bay. 400 some odd yards and a loss. Aaron Rodgers, 400 and some yards against um, the Eagles, it's a loss. Dak Prescott, 400 and some yards against Green Bay, it's a loss. All these things have in common is no running game. On the flip side, you look at Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers only had 240 yards, but they got 180 yards on the ground. They shredded us, they controlled the clock, and they beat us. The Eagles against the Packers, 180 yards from one back against Green Bay, 160 yards for Carson Wentz. They won. We have got to be able to run the football again to set up the pass. It's been a Dallas Cowboys formula and identity forever. Now, for all you ones that want to talk about my team and tell me I'm an idiot, that they're trash, and that they're done and all that, you're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. Because real fans, they ride the waves of being a football fan. And this is the part of life of being a football fan that you have to understand. It's the way it is. Nobody wins every week. Nobody. But you go in, and everybody says, well, you can't beat anybody with a winning record. Well, you know what? Thus far, New England hasn't really either. New England's 5 opponents, I believe, are 5-20. 4 of the 5 teams they faced all had no victories before they faced them. I'm not saying New England isn't a great team, but you end up getting a lot of victories against a lot of teams. You're supposed to take care of business on there. And you get a few victories over teams that do. It's totality. I never said they're going to be 16-0. But here's the reality. 3 games coming up. That's all you look at. First look at the Jets. If you go through and you take care of the Jets, you're now 4-2. With 2 wins in your division. And then you've got your Eagles. And that, my friends, is a huge game. Huge. You already have 2 wins in your division. You take care of that game. And even if you don't take care of that game, if you take care of the Giants the following week, you're 5-3. At that point, last year, we were 3-5. This thing's not over by any stretch of the imagination. If you look at Kansas City last night with Pat Mahomes, ankle injury, losing to the Colts. You look at the Raiders getting a win. It's football. The Eagles may be flying high at this moment because they beat the Jets and that they're really a half game behind us because we got one more victory in the division. They can come back to earth real quick because that's the nature of the NFL. They got the Vikings next week, who found a way to win. We got the Jets. Things can turn around really, really fast. And I'm not ready to give up the ship. Now, I have to get out of here early this morning because I've got to help somebody move, get all their stuff done in a hurry situation. But we'll be here tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern as always, doing our live stream because you know what? I'm a grown-ass man. And all you trolls are coming out the woodwork, and that's okay. That's okay. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Talk smack. Talk about my team. I agree. We lost. We stunk. We were terrible. But this story's not over. It's not written yet. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. And I'm just going to keep doing my thing. So as always, friends, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. For my Cowboys, well, they'll live to fight another day. Hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully I can get my voice back. I will see you guys throughout the day. we'll break down some of the things that happened and some of the comments from Jerry Jones. But like I said, Jay Gruden has been fired, so it could be worse. We could be the Redskins.